On Friday, December 27th at 7:30 p.m. at St. Andrews River Heights United Church, the Women's Musical Club of Winnipeg will be holding their annual Scholarship Winners Recital. 6 marvelous Manitoba musicians have won $11,500 in prizes, and on February the 27th, they will have the opportunity to show what set them apart from the rest. The second prize winner of the WMC Scholarship is violinist River Sawchyn. Currently studying at the Robert McDuffie Centre for Strings at Mercer University in Macon, Georgia, River is a passionate student of chamber music, working with members of the Cavani, Emerson and Ehnes string quartets. He also enjoys performing chamber music throughout the year. In the summers, he spends his time studying at various summer music institutes, studying at such places as the Rome Chamber Music Festival, the Colorado College Summer Music Festival, the Orford Music Academy, and Scotia Fest. He is also a composer and has been taking composition lessons at the Townsend School of Music with Christopher Schmitz. And joining me here in the Classic 107 studio, I am joined by River Sawchyn. Hey, River, great to have you here.
Hi, Chris. Great to be here.
Mm-hmm. So you've spent the last few years at the Robert McDuffie Centre for Strings at Mercer. It sounds like a totally unique program. I was talking to David Moroz about it. Can you talk about that program a bit, and how does it differ from a traditional university music degree?
Yeah, so it's a wonderful program, and I think the most unique thing about it is it's very small. It's maximum capacity of 27 string players, so 12 violins, 6 cellos, 6 violas, three double basses. And so it really feels like a big family. It's high intensity. And it's very conservatory style. And then the extra special thing is within that conservatory, you also get a university experience at Mercer University, which it's attached to. So it's kind of a conservatory in university style degree. Yeah.
So 27 string players, do you make up an orchestra out of those string players? How does that work?
We do. We do a lot of string orchestra rep, of course, by ourselves, but we're very fortunate to enough to play 4 times a year with the winds and brass of the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, wow.
So we combine with them to make something called the Macon Mercer Symphony Orchestra. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
When are you graduating? And I know that you're also an avid composer. What are your plans after the Robert McDuffie School? Are you going to go on to further study? What's that going to look like?
Yeah, so right now I'm coming up on my last semester at the McDuffie Centre. And after that, I'm currently applying to grad programs at some universities, University of Michigan, McGill, Yale. And so I'm looking to do a master's degree next season. Yeah.
So is your streaming going to be orchestral, chamber, or are you going to take composition? Like, what's your focus going to be?
I mean, I really hope to study everything, but my focus will be violin performance. I mean, a lot of solo and chamber rep, like at those programs. So I can kind of go somewhere that's fantastic for violin, but also has a lot to offer in terms of composition. So I can also study that at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you talk about composition and in particular contemporary music? I know you're in the process of working on a project called the Contemporary Music Interactive. It's scheduled to take place in May. It's a partnership with Groundswell. What itch does composition scratch for you, and why do you find it so rewarding?
I mean, creating your own art, like for any artist, whether you're a painter or composer or sculptor, what have you, it's just something that's so unique to each individual, which I find the most wonderful part of it. I love meeting people and different artists and seeing how their art is so uniquely them. And it's so, even if they study with the same teacher or they compose in the same style, it's always so different person to person. That's what I think the most wonderful part of kind of composition and creation is. And contemporary music for me has always just held a very special place in my playing and my repertoire. I think it's so important to try and champion your peers and colleagues, as well as the staples of the classical repertoire, and really diversify the concert experience. I think is a great thing to do.
So are you going to be playing contemporary music on the 27th? Like what are you going to be playing?
I will. I'll really be, I'll be doing a variety. I'm playing the Bach Chaconne from Partita number
D
2.
minor.
Yeah,
Nice.
D minor. So huge staple in the repertoire. I mean, one of the most well-known classical pieces ever. But I'll be contrasting that with a great, fun encore-style piece called the Louisiana Blues Strut by Coleridge Taylor Perkinson. It was written in 2001, and it's a cakewalk for violin is the kind of the subtitle. And it's just a bluesy, flashy...
For solo violin.
Yeah, for solo violin. Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
What do you like about the Coleridge Taylor? Like what drew you to it other than the bluesiness of it?
I mean, it's such a crowd pleaser. It's very difficult, which I was like, it's a great challenge. There's lots of big jumps, big double stops, and it was a great challenge when I learned it for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. And with the D minor Chaconne, another big challenge.
Yeah.
I feel like we here at Classic 107 have watched you grow up through the Women's Musical Club of Winnipeg. You've been on our air several times as a performer for WMC. How important is that organization to you?
Oh, it's become almost like a yearly staple. And I mean, the people I interact with when I come back to Winnipeg, I mean, any competition, it's always great motivation. And great opportunity for performance. So I found myself making a routine every year now of after school, I come back and I work up. I'm able to work up what I was working on in the semester and have a performance to play it at and kind of an opportunity to present it. And then the support that the WMC gives just so many young emerging artists. I mean, it's really unparalleled. Like, I feel like you don't see that in some places, the amount of money and the amount of opportunities that they give out. It's fantastic.
And supporting young musicians in the community. Absolutely. You won the $2,500 scholarship from WMC. When did the competition take place, and how did it feel to take second place?
It was so exciting. It was in May. And I played some Nielsen violin concerto, some Bach, and some Beethoven sonata. And I just remember having a great time. I collaborated with a friend of mine, local pianist Everett Hoffner, who just recently moved to Winnipeg. We had a great time putting it together, and it was just a really nice experience, honestly.
Fantastic. River, I'm sure your performance on Friday is going to be amazing, as always. Good luck, and thanks for taking the time to stop by and talk to me today. I look forward to talking to you again in the spring as we get closer to the Contemporary Music Interactive concerts that are going to happen. Thanks again.
Thanks so much.